So I better explain what the term tension cut is about. And Martin mentioned this on Saturday, and I felt that he really brought out the meaning of it. So we're going to have another look today. And it's like on the path to freedom, we're exploring the teachings quite a bit from the inside out, from our own experience. So what we're looking at with the term tension cut is actually techa. Now that's a Tibetan word, and it's the main practice. Techa is the main practice, the main Dzogchen practice. Okay. So the way Martin phrased it is tension cut. I think that's really I really get the feeling of it. It's not cut tension. Okay. So we'll get into why it's not cut tension, and I'll be exploring that with you later on. So the whole kind of idea of tension cut, there are different images used, and I can describe some of them. You've probably come across some of them already. But for me, it's the main thing is the feeling of it. And you get this feeling in the practice. And we'll do that now and see how we go. And you're essentially giving yourself some space and time. Always when we start to practice, it's a good idea to look, kind of see how your mind is. And if your mind is busy, that's when you can use a method. And what we do is just put our attention lightly on our breath. If you need to, if your mind is busy, you give it something to put its attention on. And you put your attention just very lightly on your breath. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, particularly. And when you feel a little bit maybe okay with things, you can just drop the method. And you can have your mouth slightly open, as if you're about to say, ah. Now, tension cut. You can just let everything drop. There's ease. You can leave everything as it is. Right now, you don't need to fix anything. You don't need to do anything. You can see everything. Maybe positive things, maybe negative things. A narrative in your mind. That's just passing, like you're at the cinema. No need to get involved. You might experience everything just as it is. Tension cut, maybe. More narration going on. Just let it be. The idea, I think, and Tucker Organ's advice is short moments many times. If you're just sitting there, I find the narration can kind of take over. So I see some of you are nodding. But that's okay. I mean, the short moments, you kind of experience everything directly, maybe for a moment, without trying to fix, without trying to do, without so much narration going on. And you can just see the narration as well. And that's okay. So maybe you got a little sense of what tension cut means. Because we're not trying to do anything. It's not cut tension. So tekcha doesn't mean cut tension. I'm going to ask you to unmute yourselves and fire away and explain to me why cut tension isn't the right way to look at it, or mightn't be the right way to look at it. What would cut tension mean?
Cut tension is like a command. It's active. You're forcing yourself.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
tension cut it's more, I don't want to say it's passive. It evolves. It happens itself. I don't want to get into semiotics, but it's a play with the words, but I think it's very clever.
I'm glad you didn't go into semiotics. I don't know what that word means, Catherine.
It's very anally going into how you use and place every word.
Yeah.
You being out of the university, probably those types.
Yeah.
Apologies if there's anybody in the room.
It's okay. We play with words as well too, but it's really, I think it's really clear what you said about it being like a command or an instruction.
I think Dennis was going to say something.
Okay, Dennis. Yeah.
No, I can't. I lost my video, Martin. Sorry. Thanks.
Anyone else?
So is it cut tension is like I'm involved, I'm trying to control something.
Exactly. Yeah.
And tension cut is I'm just relaxing, I'm just letting everything go.
Yeah. Letting everything be is a good way to see it.
Yeah, letting everything be.
Yeah.
Tension cut sounds more like a state rather than an action, and it's already accomplished. It's already done.
Very good. Already accomplished is actually a very Dzogchen phrase. Kind of done already, or great completeness, Yeah. So it's already accomplished.
I think cut is an adjective here. You can think of it that way.
What did you say, Ross? Sorry?
I said we can think of cut as an adjective, describing tension. It's cut, it's truncated.
Okay. Yeah. It's already done. Cut. Yeah.
Somehow the tension is an illusion, isn't it? There is nothing to cut. Or who am I to cut this? There's a bit of fun in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things there, Irini, is that we don't realize, but we're the ones creating the tension. We don't realize that.
So, I think you have a sense of this, haven't you? A feeling of what tension cut, what that is like. Are you relaxed?
I just felt that it was the like just acknowledging that the tension is there and saying, "Oh yeah, well, there's a possibility." You know, because I'm sort of like I'm in denial, you know. I think, "Oh no, I'm grand," but I'm not. There's loads of crap going on all the time in my mind.
Yeah.
So the kind of the way of saying like tension, say, "Oh yeah, there is tension," then it just kind of automatically seems like a good idea to let it go.
Yeah, that's a neat way into it as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Adele. Yeah.
I know I suppose it's only my second time doing this, so I kind of went back to the start of all your videos. So I'm as far as June now, last year.
Well,
And I'm
well
taking,
done. Yeah.
um, but like tensions, when we were sitting there, I kind of felt bad because I suppose I got cross a lot today. I was very tense. And so like that cut tension, and I was involved in that. Is that what that is then today? Would that be right? That I was involved?
I couldn't quite hear you, Adele. Could you just say again, please? Sorry.
Like I involved in the tension today.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And then like tension cut is like if you're involved, you're more likely to be trying to cut the tension.
Okay.
You want to avoid it, so you try to cut the tension. Whereas tension cut is just when you go, you know, and there's a letting be and a release. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One of the things I'd like to add to that, Adele, as well, is that, you know, like we're deeply caught up in our habits, you know, and that's why we have to practice meditation, because we need to break from that way of looking at the world. Do you understand? We need to be able to experience this tension cut.
Okay. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah. And that's why, like, in terms of practice, short moments many times really helps, because you don't need to sit there and hold on tightly to a method or something. So when we do the breath and just we drop the method then when we're feeling okay. You know, it might only take a breath or two just to drop them.
Okay. Thank you, Susie.
Can I just say as well that tension cut it involves, it's not just my thinking, like my physically as well. Like I noticed after I sat for a while that my shoulders drop.
Yeah.
There's tension in my forehead, and that kind of relaxes. So that's the tension cutting.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
so it's physical as well as
Yeah.
it's every, you know, it's physically, emotionally, mentally, everywhere.
Yeah. It's a complete kind of experience. Direct, quite direct as well. Get into the heart of it. We just try the bell again for a moment, Martin. Let's see. Allow yourself to release. Even though you let things be, you're still here. Simply experiencing as it is. Not trying to impose or control anything. You can see, you can hear. And the interesting thing with this clarity, you even get to see the confusion. You kind of know you don't need to be involved. And in terms of everyday life, this isn't passive. You know, when you're clear and you can even see the confusion, you can choose whether to act or not, or how to act. And you can more readily respond appropriately. So you mentioned practice, Martin. That's short moments many times. Okay. So.
Yeah, I did want to add, if you're new to this,
Yeah.
practicing meditation for half an hour won't do you any good at all. People spend a whole half an hour just way in your head, It's very important with meditation to be fresh, So give it 5 minutes, give it 10 minutes, that's enough. Then do another 5 minutes, 10 minutes sometime. Do it when you're on the bus, do it while you're waiting at the bus stop. Do it, So it isn't that, anyway, I've enough said.
There's less tension as well in that if you're not trying to do it for a long period of time and hold on. So if you'd like to chat with others in a group,